In the silent corners of the cosmos, beyond galaxies we cannot yet see, lies a world unlike ours, a civilization ruled only by women, powerful, fearless, unbreakable. To them, men were myths, and when their eyes turned to Earth, they laughed. Here women depended on men. Here strength seemed borrowed. If men vanished, they thought, this fragile planet would collapse. But they were wrong, terribly wrong. This is Echoes of Sci-Fi, where humanity's story echoes across the stars. Before we dive deeper, subscribe to join the echoes, because what you're about to hear will redefine the meaning of strength. On the planet of Valora, there were no fathers, no brothers, no husbands, only women, and in their universe, that was enough. They built cities of crystal, they carved empires from stardust, they powered suns with their own hands. They had never depended on anyone, never bent, never leaned. When they looked at Earth, their judgment was swift and merciless. "Look at them," they whispered. "Half their kind cannot breathe without the other half. Women clinging to men like vines around a tree. If men were gone, their world would shatter, their society would crumble, their weakness exposed." To the Valora, Earth was not a planet of promise, it was a comedy, and so they designed an experiment, one that would decide humanity's fate. One night, under skies lit with ordinary stars, Earth was struck by the extraordinary. In an instant, men began to vanish. Fathers tucked into bed, gone. Brothers mid-laughter, gone. Sons with futures ahead, gone. Husbands with promises unspoken, gone. The Valora watched with cruel delight. "Now the collapse begins," they said. "Now we'll see their truth." At first, Earth trembled, streets filled with screams, economies cracked, families shattered, women stood frozen in grief, the weight of sudden loss crushing every home. But slowly, painfully, something unexpected emerged. Where systems failed, women stepped in. Where industries froze, women lit the engines again. Where silence threatened, women filled the air with determination. The Valora leaned closer. This was not the weakness they imagined. Across villages, women worked the fields with their own hands. In cities, they transformed abandoned factories into centers of invention. In schools, they raised not just children, but leaders. It was not easy. Hunger spread like fire, grief weighed like stone. But every tear turned to fuel, every wound became a lesson. For the first time, Earth's women saw themselves not as companions, not as supporters, but as pillars. Shaky at first, then stronger, taller, unshakable. The Valora could no longer laugh. Their pride cracked, their certainty faltered. "How?" they whispered. "How do they endure when their foundation is gone?" But the truth was simple. The foundation was never gone. It was always there, inside the women themselves. Unable to accept what they saw, Valora revealed themselves. Their ships split the skies. Shadows swallowed the light. "You were supposed to fall," they thundered. "You were supposed to prove us right. Women are not meant to stand alone. And yet, you defy us. Why?" But Earth's women had no single answer. Their voices rose like waves. "We endured because we had no choice. We rose because no one else could. We are strong not in the absence of struggle, but because of it." The Valora, who had lived untouched by grief, untouched by dependence, stood shaken. For the first time, they faced a truth they had forgotten. Real strength does not come from power alone. It comes from surviving when everything is taken away. And so, Valora left in silence. Their experiment had failed, or perhaps it had succeeded too well. They came seeking weakness, but found resilience. Earth's women did not just survive, they thrived. They did not just rise, they soared. In loss, they found unity. In struggle, they found power. In pain, they found purpose. And the Valora, the strongest women of the galaxy, learned a lesson they would never forget. Strength is not about never needing others. It is about standing when the world tries to break you. Humanity had been underestimated. Women had been mocked. But in the end, they were not fragile, not dependent, not weak. They were legends. And so the galaxy learned. To laugh at humanity is to misunderstand it, and to underestimate women is to invite defeat. This was just one echo in the endless universe. If you believe in strength born from struggle, subscribe now, like this video, and let echoes of sci-fi guide you through the stars.